The ancient Mayans were mystical and mysterious, and there are many things we do not know, like where these ancient stairs led to. Perhaps a celestial temple?
Or maybe just this guy's house.
Find out next on A Trippity Traveler. Part 4 of Caribbean Cruise 2023 takes us to Cozumel, Mexico. After the obligatory getting off the boat and making it through the pier and finding transportation, we managed to get a taxi to a local bar that was making margaritas. I don't think it really matters that it was only 9:30 in the morning, but we wanted to have some fun, so we did it anyway. My friend Brian had been here before, and he swears by these being the most intense margaritas that you could ever have. Our bartender, Jorge, took his time putting together the margaritas, and as you can see, there were several of them, so it took him a little bit of time. When he was finished, we took our time sipping our Mexican-made margaritas. But to be honest, I don't really like margaritas. Oh no. Mind-blowing, I know. I'd rather a Jack and Coke. But I enjoyed trying it nonetheless. Strangely enough, the bar had a pony stable right next to it where you could go for rides. We didn't actually ride them, but we went and took a look at them. They're actually pretty cute. Or maybe they're donkeys. I don't know, I'm not really sure. What do you think? After our early morning margaritas, we decided to continue on our road trip around the island. We got to one of the beaches on the eastern side, and the wind and the waves were just insane. It was the strongest I'd seen since we'd got there. The wind was just blowing so bad, and the wave action was pretty harsh. There were some people trying to swim there, which I thought was kind of crazy because I wouldn't have gotten in that water. I was hoping to maybe see some surfable waves, but that wasn't really going to happen either. It was beautiful to look at, but the wind was just so strong. I had to cut out the audio I took for the video here because it was just inaudible. Anyway, you could see that the water was really moving, and the beach was pretty nice too. Right near the beach was an outcropping of coral, and it was pretty impressive looking and very sharp. You could climb on top of it and get a really good view of everything around you, but it was kind of dangerous, but worth doing. Interestingly enough, we found an abandoned lifeguard and first aid shack, or at least I thought it was abandoned. Didn't look like anybody had taken care of it in a while, but it was nice to look at. Further down the beach, I found another spot to take a good shot of the waves. It was a little calmer, but just as beautiful. Check it out. Before we left this beach, I climbed to the top of the corals and got a great shot of the Mexican flag fluttering in the breeze, and a few shots of the waves crashing into the beach. It looked pretty cool. We continued our tour by taxi and found a small little gift shop area right near the beach and had some lunch. I'm not going to take a picture of food, you know what burritos look like, but we did find this cool swing and took a few pictures. Part of our road trip took us to an estuary with a wildlife preserve that was kind of like a swamp, and it was pretty interesting. Fun side note, there are crocodiles in Cozumel, but apparently they're rather docile. Attacks are pretty infrequent, so we didn't really have to worry about them. But some of them were pretty damn big. Cozumel was known to have a Mayan presence, although it was pretty small. Sadly, there were no giant temples or pyramids in sight. Aww. What you see here is a little science observatory that they created that my friend lovingly called a doghouse. It doesn't look very impressive, but there it is in all its glory. At the southern tip of Cozumel Island, there's a lighthouse. With this lighthouse, there's a small park and a museum with areas for you to sit and relax, have a picnic, and watch the ocean. We enjoyed a couple minutes taking pictures at the mile markers for all the major cities around the world, which was a lot taller than I thought it would be. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Where do these steps lead to? Obviously from the picture, they lead nowhere. These are just ruins of a small fort that was near the white lighthouse, but apparently you're not even allowed to climb on them. I was kind of disappointed. Oh, and that cute little raccoon, his name was Gordo, and he was the pet of one of the owners of the last bar we stopped at. He was cute, he was cuddly, he was friendly, but we weren't allowed to pick him up. Aww. And that was our excursion through Cozumel, Mexico. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for the next episode where we go to Cococay in the Bahamas. Please like and subscribe and keep exploring.